Hey, fellow Aquas, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your December through January, your Yule tide general reading here. So, briefly about the meditation. I saw this image of a white tiger, and I saw it in the snow, and I saw it jump onto the hood of a car that was sort of like half buried in snow, right? And I saw it like the window shield was like slightly covered in snow and it was dark in the car. But then as I tried to I tried to look inside the car to see who's in there, what's going on in this car, the tiger used its body to cover the windshield so that I could not see into the car. That was the meditation. It was like, no, you're not trying to look in this car. You can look in this car. You can see the car. You can see that it's here. You can see that it's snowing. You can see me. But you are not looking into this car. Fascinating. Let's talk about what I take from that. First of all, tiger medicine is very connected to the moon and the high priestess. So it's about the unknown. It's about secrets being revealed. It's about the path being revealed ahead. It's about things that are revealed in the stillness and the darkness and within the subconscious coming into the light of our consciousness. When I think about a car, I mean, that's a tried and true symbol for, moving down the road, moving ahead, forward movement with those headlights, direction, using a map, knowing where you're going. So I very much take away from this meditation that there is this strong sense for the Aquarian collective during this time to not just be okay with not knowing where you're going quite yet or what it's going to look like. I have a feeling that something is being rerouted and not a crazy reroute. But okay, I'm seeing a map. I feel like a lot of you kind of have an idea of where you want to go next year, what's heading off for you, certain markers that you want to hit. I'm seeing a map and I'm seeing this divine team, ancestors, people working for the Aquarian collective, putting an extra stop or two into the road. And I feel like it's like this is not something that you're meant to see or know about. They're talking to me about it, so we can know that there's something that we can be open to and start, being open to a little bit of a reroute. As fixed signs, we are not lovers of change. We like change for humanity. We like change for the better of all people. But when it comes to our personal situations and we get a fixed idea of what we want something to look like, where we want to go, or how we feel something is supposed to be, it can be very difficult to change our minds, right? We have a very fixed perspective. We are the clairvoyants of the zodiac, which means that when we see something in our mind's eye, when we can visualize something, it is very hard when it doesn't match up like we see it in our head. Let me know in the comments if you relate to that. In my experience, Aquarians are incredibly clairvoyant. We are the visionaries. And it's do you ever visualize somewhere like that you've never been before? And you visualize what it's going to be like, what it's going to look like, what you're going to wear when you get there, what you're going to plan to get there. You visualize everything, right? So there is something about that where it's like covering the vision, covering the windshield so that we're not able to get too locked into whatever change or shift. It's just a little bit of an edit, a couple of added stops in the roadmap here. But it feels like it's not just about you. It feels like these couple of added stops or thing has to do with something larger at play that you are a part of. I feel like you can make space for that. So the animal here is the stingray. So this is really interesting because this equates to strength in the tarot, right? Which is about, patience over impatience. It's about love over fear, love over hate. But it's really about, especially with stingray energy, because it does speak so strongly of the shadows and it is water energy, all the lights there of the chakra, really knowing yourself. This is about being very well acquainted with your own shadows, with the parts of you that are primal. I'm speaking to your water sign in particular. Your water sign is your base setting. It's your factory setting. It's who you are without any self-work or self-awareness whatsoever. Look at your water sign, fellow Aquas, because I feel like that is going to be coming up for you during this time. Like I'm seeing like a auto body shop. and I see your water sign, the aspects of you that are primal, and your water sign is your shadow work, right? I see that part of you walking into the auto body shop for you during this season and going, can we give me a diagnostic? Can I get a a diagnostic? That's what this feels like. Let it happen, allow it. You might find things coming up within you in the form of nightmares, because a lot of times our nightmares are our shadows screaming for our attention. Hello. Things coming up for you that you haven't felt in a long time, surprising parts of yourself, maybe parts of yourself that you thought you healed. But let me let you in on something. It's a lifelong process, right? As we are onions. There's always layers. And it's interesting within that context as well, because you're coming through as the Ten of Pentacles, which I really feel like for you, this is very much a sign of growth, but this is long-term legacy thinking, right? This is health, wellness, happy home, happy family, happy community. This is, I'm not just planting trees for, my own good. I'm planting trees so that, the generations after me can appreciate them. You are in your humanitarian era, but it feels like humanitarian era matched with, making moves to actually see what changes need to be made to really fully realize that for yourself and also the world at large, for you. So making moves on it as well, not just dreaming about it, but with this earth energy, enacting changes or making moves that complement that vision, right? It's very beautiful. Now, your challenge here is judgment with the Six of Cups in reverse. Now, I'm going to hold this up right for the sake of the visual. Six of Cups in the upright is very much about nostalgia, but it's about the past, right? It's about remembering the past in a worse or better light than it actually happened. It's about our childhood. This is another way of looking at our water aspect selves and our moon sign and going, okay, well, what happened to me as a child? What things did I learn as a child? What things am I taking over from my childhood or my family conditioning that are subconsciously affecting my choices or how I see myself, my relationships, the world? A really good example of when this comes up for you and a way you can be a detective around this for yourself when investigating these shadow aspects of yourself that want to come up for you during this time. Investigate your trigger points. Your triggers are your gold. When you are triggered, whoo, celebrate. Take a moment. Okay, let's investigate that trigger. As an Aquarian, you are uniquely equipped to do that, to pop into your mental space, out of the emotion, into your mental space and go, okay, my moon sign, my factory level setting is triggered, right? Okay. For example, I'm a Scorpio moon. So when I get triggered, I really imagine a Scorpio, a scorpion that lives inside my chest. I pop into my Aquarian superpower and I go, okay, let's have an interview. Scorpion, why are you triggered? Why is your tail up like that? Who are you trying to sting? Why are you upset? And I'll have a dialogue with it in my mind. I pop into my objectivity. This is a really easy way to go about shadow work, y'all. It's very diagnostic here. Interview your shadow, interview your trigger points. They are your gold, and they will lead you to that beautiful judgment experience where your past does not have to affect your future in a way that is not informed. What you aren't aware of has control over you. And there's something coming up here. You cannot be the leader, be the change that you are meant to be. Because if you're an Aquarian, especially right now, you are here to change stuff. Think about what's going on in the world. You are here to change stuff. You can't do that if your past, if your shadows are informing subconsciously your choices and your decisions. Let yourself be washed in the river of judgment. This is making peace with your past. That's judgment. And you had Six of Cups in reverse. This is coming up as your place of challenge. Allow it in. The 5 steps of shadow work, I write about this in my book that's coming up, right? Willingness, curiosity, judgment, acceptance, integration. That's what's going on for you right now. You cannot be the hero that you are meant to be. You cannot enact your soul plan as you are meant to unless you clear this stuff that's going to come up and get in your way. That's the time. Your advice is the 9 of Swords. Dance with your nightmares. Pay attention to them. This is nightmares. This is Nine of Swords. This is being woken up in the middle of the night. Your nightmares are your shadow speaking to you. It's your subconscious going, hello, pay attention to me. Pay attention to your nightmares. Don't be afraid of them. Interview them. Interview your nightmares. That's your advice. Victory is Four of Swords. This is my favorite, especially for us air signs. This is peace. This is complete inner peace. This is having your third eye connected and open and aware. This is that beautiful Page of Cups lamb energy. I'm connected to my heart space, so my mind is clear. I am able to know exactly what to do. I'm able to make love-based choices over fear-based choices. I am acting from a place of complete emotional autonomy when I allow myself to be in a Four of Swords energy. I am at rest. I am at peace. I am one with where I am. I very much feel like that tiger with its using its body to cover that windshield. That was the point of that. You don't have to see what's in the car. You don't have to see exactly what's coming to trust that you're on your path. Everything is being worked out for you. Now your outcome here, 8 of Cups with the Page of Swords. Hello. You know, 8 of Cups with the salmon here with the full moon. It does speak of completion. We're talking a lot about moon signs, right? Your moon placement. But this is very much about movement away from aspects of yourself or your environment that are based in habitual patterns that don't serve you. This is reaching an emotional plane where you are wide open for what comes next, which is 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. This is letting yourself be washed clean in those waters and leave things behind that are only going to be roadblocks for you. The fact that it's, coupled with the Page of Swords here, again, also shadow work, illumination, the moonlight, interview your nightmares. Page of Swords is realizations, it's offers, it's understanding, it's ideas, it's really good ideas. It's, again, that communication. I feel like the fact that they're looking at each other as well, I have a feeling that something that is in your plan that's been like those couple of stops being added might be related to an idea that you have during this time. Like, and it even could come from a nightmare or sitting in that stillness or really observing your triggers, right? There's something that's going to happen where it's something that is going to propel you in a way that is a little bit different than how you saw things going, but it's better. It's better. It's the hero's journey. It really, really is. There's something about this. There's something about this. As an Aquarian as well, when things don't go according to plan, you do have an ability to just go, well, this could be interesting. And that's the energy that I'm feeling for you to really enact, because it's that whole, well, this is an idea. It's different than what I thought it would. It would cause me to have to delay this or do this instead, or move this to this month, or call that person up and see if they'd even be available for this. But this could be interesting. That's what I'm feeling to go with. So the Yule Oracle here is poinsettia 27, number 9, which is also the 9 of Swords here. Look at the 9 and the 10. Points of completion and change with the 2 rainbows, right? Wheel of Fortune energy. Rainbow here too. Cast the shadows, scream silence at them, dear witch. What lurks inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. That is beautiful. Cast the shadows, scream silence at them, dear witch. What lurks inside transforms into the most beautiful of beauty. I'm obsessed because poinsettias are poisonous, and yet we call them to us during this holiday season. You see, well, in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, especially, there's a lot of poinsettias everywhere with these candles, with this hearth here. And I love that she's just like, tend to these poinsettias. Why do I feel like she's about to like mix them into some sort of like concoction that's not going to be toxic when it's mixed with the right things, right? I feel like this is speaking a lot to your perspective during this time frame. You can dance with your shadows, you can interview them, you can find your triggers as gold, you can allow yourself to be open to your subconscious, which is very, very much invested in routing you accordingly when you come out of this Yule season into the new year. The only one who can get in your way about aligning with this path for you that is actually above and beyond what you can envision for yourself, dear clairvoyant, is you, is your own fixed ideas around how things have to be because of how they've been. Really investigate. Am I making a choice coming from my past based on part of my subconscious that's rooted in fear or conditioning? Or am I stepping into my visionary Aquarian era where I'm making a choice because I feel in my bones, in my true clairvoyant tiger eye sense, honey, that this is going to be interesting and magical and just right. Think about geniuses who made choices along the way that other people didn't understand. It's that kind of energy. Open yourself up. Don't be so fixed in your thinking or in your desire on something that you don't leave room for magic and miracles. Okay? Really beautiful. It's very exciting, Aquarius. Very, 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 very exciting. I also feel that part of this, especially for those of you who, special note for those of you who do work that help other face their shadows or help others feel better in some way about healing their hearts, healing their perspective, stepping into their own light. Special shout out for you around this. It's really, really important as a light worker, as a shadow worker, right? That you do this work with and for yourself, that you can do this for others on a larger scale. Okay? Woo! With that being said, Aquarius, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Give me a like and a follow, all that good stuff. Thank you guys for all of the positive feedback as well about my latest video where I talk about the book that I am having published next year. It is very much about shadow work. It is very much for you. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out and leave me a comment so I know you were there and what you think and say, hey. And with that being said, just thank you as always. I'm wishing you a very happy and merry Yuletide season, happy holiday season. May you find rest and magic and clear-sightedness. And just thank you. Thank you as always, but most of all, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.